Something is happening in Dublin, and it's getting worse. What began as anger has exploded into full-blown chaos, fireworks, riot police, and crowds marching on a migrant hotel for the second night in a row. The footage coming out of Ireland's capital tonight is unlike anything we've seen there in years. Violent, volatile, and spreading fast. This is no longer a protest, this is Dublin on edge. Let's have a watch of the footage, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Violence has erupted in Dublin for a second consecutive night as tensions surrounding a migrant hotel spill over once again into the streets. What started as protest has turned into running battles with police, with fireworks, stones and bottles hurled through the air as chaos unfolded on the city's west side. Thousands of demonstrators gathered outside the hotel housing asylum seekers, the same location where, just days ago, a 10-year-old girl was allegedly sexually assaulted nearby. A 26-year-old man has since been charged in connection with the incident, but anger has only deepened. For many locals, that case was the final straw. As night fell, the atmosphere turned explosive. Between 7 and 8 p.m, crowds faced off with lines of Garda officers chanting, waving flags and lighting flares. By midnight, 23 people had been arrested after hours of clashes that left 2 officers injured and sent to hospital. More than 300 Gardaí were deployed, including public order units, mounted patrols, dog handlers and air support, in what's now one of the largest police operations Dublin has seen in years. And for a moment, this was the scene across the capital. Fireworks streaking through the night sky, riot shields raised, and the streets of Dublin lit red as police and protesters collided. All 4 videos you're seeing here were filmed just hours apart. The same roads, the same standoff, the same fury playing out again and again. It's chaos that Ireland's leaders are now scrambling to contain. Have a watch of this.
And you have blood coming out of your hair?
Yeah, look at your hair, there's all busted there.
What?
I live here in the area. I left because I knew it was a protest. I said I'd go down and do a bit of shopping. Coming down and was starting. So we walked down to City West and had a driving on with me, right? So it was done. I was coming back up and there was a row of guard with their shields up. Now they knew who I was. I said, I just want to go home. Can you just let me through? They said, no, stand back, stand back. But I said, look, you know who I am. I just want to go home. I left the area. I wouldn't have brought me dog down. I went shopping. There's me shopping. I just want to go shopping.
£1,200 with a phone down there in the ground.
I said, I just want to go home. With that, they ran our shields with me, trampled over me.
And you have blood coming out of your hair?
Yeah, look at your hair. There's all busted there.
What happened?
They ran at me with shields and trampled all over me. I stood like that. I went unconscious for a couple. The poor dog was trampled on.
And why did you come down to the protest?
I didn't. I went shopping in City West while it was going on to get out of the area. And I was told it was done and was coming back up. And they knew me. They know I live here. They know I live in the village. So the pepper sprayed me first and then ran at me with fucking batons. And I'm living here 16 years.
Well, I hope you can get some medical attention.
All right, listen, thanks very much.
Whoever he is welcome anyway.
It's about 10 of them on the one person.
I'm going to jump on the one fella there. Go to smell you got, you bastards.
My daughter's out of fire. That was standing here beside me. That was afraid to come out at night on a fucking own. She's 18 years of age. I can't go to the fucking shop after 8 o'clock. And you think that that's right? You're fucking wrong.
Find them walking past your other kids' house to go to the shop every day, up and down groups.
Oh, I pray something happens to us then. Whatever we say, we are a sovereign fucking
This is our fucking land.
And in this sovereign country, I know you have to do what is right for the people. And this is not right for the fucking people. You are in the fucking wrong. And you always have been drunk the last 5 fucking years.
Order, sure there's kids here now.
Those involved in the disorder hurled flares, stones, and wooden planks, while others tried to block police vehicles with steel barriers. Shops and tram stops near the Saggart line were vandalized, and earlier in the week, a Garda van was set on fire. One female officer was injured during Tuesday night's violence, but has since been discharged from hospital after treatment. Garda Commissioner Justin Kelly, who visited the scene after the riots, said he was determined that further arrests would follow, describing the events not as a protest, but as deliberate violence designed to intimidate the people inside the City West building. He promised a robust response and said anyone involved in attacking officers or damaging property would be brought before the courts. Ireland's Taoiseach Michael Martin condemned the unrest, insisting there can be no justification for what happened, and that attacks on Gardaí or threats against migrants will not be tolerated. But for many residents, the anger comes from feeling unheard, claiming that local safety concerns have been brushed aside, and that those in power have ignored growing frustration across Irish communities. Others warn that extremists are exploiting that tension, turning anger into violence and fueling division across the country. For the second night in a row, Dublin has become the stage for something much larger. A city caught between outrage, fear, and frustration. Police lines remain in place, the hotels still guarded, and questions are mounting about how Ireland got here and whether this unrest will fade or spread. What's clear tonight is that the tension hasn't gone away. The embers of this week's violence are still burning, and Dublin could yet see a third night like this one. In other news, Birmingham is bracing for a night of protests after a political firestorm clouded Aston Villa's impending Europa League tie against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Last week, it emerged that Maccabi fans would be barred from supporting their side on November 6th, sparking a cross-party outcry in Britain and abroad. Pro-Gaza local MP Ayub Khan had spearheaded calls to ban both supporters and the team itself over an alleged risk to community harmony. West Midlands Police then backed Birmingham City Council in its move to completely ban away fans from attending. Then Maccabi themselves decided not to accept their allocation of tickets following hard lessons learned. Now, 3 demonstrations are expected to unfold next month. One, led by protest group Our Fight, will be carrying placards reading "We stand with British Jews" outside the ground. A second, potentially led by Tommy Robinson, could unfold in the same place after the activist said on social media, who's coming to support Maccabi Tel Aviv at Villa Park on November 6th. A third could then erupt at the same time, this time led by Muslim cleric Asrar Rashid, who told followers to show no mercy to Maccabi fans. Mr. Rashid himself, based in Birmingham, said in an address, "We will not show mercy to Maccabi Tel Aviv fans travelling to Birmingham for the Aston Villa FC match." Our Fight's Mark Burbeck told The Telegraph that his demonstrators will have to take the night very seriously. "For all we know, we'll be met off the train by people who don't agree with our viewpoint," he said, adding that there were a few other protest groups which may stand side by side with his. Then, turning to Tommy Robinson, Mr. Burbeck added, "Even if he has the best of intentions, it's not going to go well probably." Maccabi's decision to reject their ticket allocation is said to have come amid fears Tommy Robinson could infiltrate their fans. Aston Villa then confirmed that only supporters with a purchase history dating back to before the 2025/26 season would be able to buy tickets. Mr. Burbeck added, "We're not looking to have a confrontation with the local community or anything like that. What we'd want to highlight is the anti-Semitism, the nature of having no-go areas or activities that Jews or Israelis are not welcome at." His words echoed those of Reform UK MP Danny Kruger, who warned that if the police could not guarantee the safety of Jewish visitors because of anti-Semitism among the local Muslim population, they should have banned the game itself, not yielded to the mob. And last October, Maccabi fans fell victim to a Jew hunt organised by pro-Palestine mobs in Amsterdam during their fixture against Ajax. Mr. Burbeck has stressed he would be willing to work with West Midlands Police to enable a peaceful protest. He also revealed that both he and his supporters would be putting their safety at risk by demonstrating outside Villa Park, on the doorstep of one of Britain's largest Muslim communities in Handsworth. It was in Handsworth where Shadow Justice Secretary Robert Jenrick had provoked the fury of the Prime Minister by saying he didn't see another white face in the area. Mr. Jenrick went on to describe Handsworth as one of the worst integrated places I've ever been to, adding, "That's not the kind of country I want to live in." After the Villa Maccabi furore last week, the top Tory suggested he had been vindicated. "Last week I was attacked for pointing out that parts of Birmingham were a failure of integration," he said. But now Israeli football fans are banned from watching their team play at Villa Park as the police can't guarantee their safety. Maybe I wasn't wrong after all. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.